Hey guys, Gwinnett here. Today I'm going to be showing you how to use this Magic the Gathering sealed deck card generator in order to generate a standard Pauper sealed pool. So the address for this you can see right here up the top is mtgen.net, an abbreviation for Magic the Gathering generator.net. Once you're here, you scroll down here, you can see where it says sealed deck generator sets. For this example, I'm going to be going ahead and generating 6 packs. I'm going to do 2 from Cons, I'm going to do 1 from N15, and then 1 each from Journeyborn and Theros, and show you how this works. So in order to do our first set, we'll click on Cons of Tarkir here. That leads us to this page. Now the way this website works is it defaults to creating these pre-release packs. Obviously we don't want all of this, so what we're going to do is we're going to actually go ahead and minus out these seeded boosters and extra additions, because we're not actually generating a pre-release pool. And so for this I just want 2 of these standard booster pools, so I'm going to select that, and now I'm going to click generate my sets. That immediately generates 2 full boosters for Cons of Tarkir. I'm going to go up here and click export. That brings up this screen. I'm going to select text so that I can upload this to Magic Online. And here you can see I now have a list of all the cards that are in that card pool. Easiest thing to do here is go ahead and just open up a notepad or some other file like that. Go ahead and select all the cards from that pool. Copy them and go ahead and paste them into this notepad here. So I've got my first list, and now I'm going to go through and do the same thing for the other sets. So close that, go back here to back to home, scroll back down here. This time I'll select M15 and do a very similar process here. Again, I don't want any of these seeded boosters or pack-ins. Again, it is defaulting to the pre-release, so get those out of the way. I actually only want 1 of these standard boosters, so I'll say generate my sets. And once again, it has generated a pack. Do the same thing here again. Go to export. Go ahead and grab the cards here, copy them, and dump them in this text file. And the order that they're in this text file is not going to matter. Alright, so now I'm going to back up here. And a nice thing is once you're in, if you're trying to do an entire block, you don't actually have to select one individually. I can just go into Theros and let's see, actually I'm going to back out of that. The easiest way to do this, actually, you could do it from there, but the easiest thing to do is go to the last set in the block, and that'll allow you to generate packs for the whole block. So now I'm going to go ahead and get rid of these seeded boosters and set each of these to 1. So you can see I've got a Journey, a Born, and a Theros. Once again, click Generate My Sets. It's important when you're doing this to make sure you use the top export feature. You can see I can actually individually export these boosters if that's what I want to do, but for this particular example, that's not what I want to do. Once again, click on Export, Text, have all my cards here, copy them into this, and finally paste. So what I've got here now is I've got a sealed pool. This actually would look like any sealed pool, other than you would never, unless you were doing some kind of grab bag format, you would never have a sealed pool quite like this. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to save it, and I'm just going to call it sealed pool, dump it right onto my desktop here so that I can easily find it. Once you've done that, you can go ahead and open up Magic the Gathering. From the client, go ahead and go into Collection. Give that just a second to load, because of course the client is very slow. There we go. Go ahead and say New Deck down here at the bottom. Once you're on this New Deck page, click on the Import. Then you want to load the sealed pool that you've selected. It'll take it a minute to process that, and you'll notice it will change this to say Freeform, and we'll go ahead and assign a name here. I've already generated one of these, so it's got a saved sealed pool already, so it's called Sealed Pool Tool. You can save it whatever you want. Doesn't matter the deck box, all that's of course up to you. So as soon as you click OK, it will go ahead and generate a deck list based upon that seal pool. So we'll give that just a minute. Now you'll immediately see some of these have this a strange kind of checkered background. What that means is that you don't actually own those cards. So the first thing we're going to want to do with this sealed pool is come up here to sort and sort by rarity. And what we're going to do here is we're going to get rid of everything that's not a common, because obviously we're trying to generate a standard Pauper pool, which means we just use commons. So what you can do is very quickly just go through each one. If you click on the top one and then do a shift click at the bottom one in a stack, you can then just say remove selected and they're gone. We'll do the same thing. These are the uncommons. Go ahead and scroll down here, select them all, and remove selected. And then obviously I'm going to go ahead and take out the tokens as well as the basic lands. Alright, what we are left here with then is just a common pool. We sort by color, and you can see that there is our pool. So that works out pretty well. Again, you can see there are some of these that I still don't own. So actually what you can do here, which is kind of interesting, is you can add these you can automatically go ahead and add these to the list of cards that you don't have, and then when you go into a store, you can automatically have them add those to your buy list, and I'll show you how to do that in just a second. Okay, so in order to do that, all you have to do here is on your sealed pool 2, you right click and then select this add missing cards to wish list. Click on that. Once you've done that, you can go ahead and go find your binder that has your active for trade, your wish list. And you can see all the cards that I don't own have been added to this wish list. So in order to go purchase them, you go ahead and just go to your bot of choice, which I will show you now. Click up here on trade. For this example, I will be using MTGO Traders. Easy way to find them, if you just type in official and then MTGOT, you just get a list of the of their particular bots. Right click on trade and wait for it to accept my invitation. Unfortunately, this part is very slow, so I apologize for the wait here. It takes just a minute for it to load in these stores. They've got quite a bit of selection here, and it just takes it a minute to load, so it'll take just a second to do that. One of the things that I don't like about this new client is how slow it is to go ahead and load these large trade volumes, although believe it or not, this is actually much faster than it was at one point. So excited anyway, as we're waiting for this load, I'm excited about the opportunity here to do this. I think this is a really neat way. You know, I've loved the limited format. It's not something that I've really been able to play a whole lot for financial reasons, just because it does get expensive to buy packs. But being able to generate packs like this and then turn around and turn them into standard Pauper pools is pretty cool. Okay, so that's finally loaded. So what you want to do once that's loaded, come up here to Search Tool, and you can say Select Wish List. And when you click on Select Wish List, it will go ahead and automatically add all the cards that were in that wish list into our pool and give us a price. You scroll down here, you can see I have to give a total of 0.66, so 66 cents in order to buy the cards that I currently don't own in order to complete the pool. And so obviously I'm not going to go ahead and do this at this point because this is just an example, so I'm going to go ahead and cancel the trade. But if you submit, you go ahead and buy those cards. And then, once you come back here to your collection, you will now own, now this is my wish list, so I got to go back over here to Freeform and find the sealed pool. You can see that I now have the sealed pool, and from there you can go ahead, add lands, and create yourself a deck. So that's I hope you've enjoyed watching this. A really neat way to generate sealed pools, and yeah, hope you enjoyed watching.
In closing, let me remind you, you can keep up with all my writings and articles by following me on Twitter at the username Gwyned42. That's GWYNED and the number 42. I also regularly publish articles over at puremtgo.com. Search for me by the username Gwyned on that site, or find the link in the description of this video. I also maintain a blog now at writeradept.blogspot.com, and you can also find that in the description. Finally, if you enjoyed these videos, please remember to subscribe to my channel and post any feedback or comments. Thanks for watching.